Greetings. Here at the White House, just as in businesses and organizations across our country, graduates of America's community colleges can be found. There are more than 1,300 community colleges across America making an enormous contribution to American higher education. In fact, nearly half of all undergraduates are enrolled in these institutions. As our economy evolves and grows in the years ahead, the community colleges will continue to play a vital role. Of course, the key word when discussing these colleges is community. They are truly part of their communities, offering accessible and affordable education to almost everyone. They increase the opportunity and economic mobility of our people, each and every one who takes advantage of what is available. And after all, isn't that what America is all about?
It was a dream of many people to have a new community college on the south side of San Antonio. We felt it would provide an opportunity for a new clientele.
There was really nothing out here, just a lot of land. And I think there was a lot of arguments going on whether a college would succeed in the south side. I know that the dark forces were against building a community college in the south side, but as always, justice prevails, and out of nothing came something. Out of this dark chaos, this nothingness, came about something good, something positive for the community, and that's how Palo Alto started.
I guess back in 1982, when the issue first came to the table, so to speak, we were considering many other items at that time because we were looking at the growth potential for the college district.
Really, at the time, I was a minority on the board, and later on in 1980, when I had Ms. Delia Costa and John Courage elected with me, we, in a sense, were a minority majority. And we were able to ask the public for help and have a bond issue and brought before the public and passed, and thus Palo Alto became a reality.
Someone planted the seed, the Board of Trustees, and from that seed blossomed a tree. That's why it's called Palo Alto. It was Communities Organized for Public Service, otherwise known as COPS, the acronym for COPS, who had a hand in developing the structure of the college. When I say structure, I'm meaning the idea of setting the college on the south side. There was a lot of opposition to setting the college on the south side for the simple reason that I guess the dark forces, or the forces that be, the powers that be, felt that no one would want to go to a school located on the south side.
COPS was very instrumental in the creation of the Palo Alto College, which didn't happen until in the middle 80s.
But we want more. Yeah, we were talking about
Obviously, it was the people who were bent against creating a college on the south side, and COPS picked up the gauntlet on that, and they went with it. They're the ones who decided we can build something on the south side, we can have something for the people of the south side. Not just the people on the south side, the people of San Antonio, southwestern Bexar County. And COPS drew the line, and they fought the battle.
Through the years, you know, there was a lot of deliberations. I mean, they were forever bringing up obstacles.
See, the organization, it took the whole organization to have this college built, because we always had the large turnouts. People power. We have the people power. We're 26 parishes, so we have the people power.
This is the reward that they get, that they have, is this institution, Palo Alto College. Even the name signifies a lonely tree out there in that vast horizon.
Let me clarify one fact. This college was not handed to us on a silver platter. COPS had to fight for it.
From the mine and COPS, of course, organizing this great endeavor, from there we started thinking, what do we need to do next? Obviously, the next step is building the structure. That's where the architects come in.
Well, we decided at Palo Alto that the most important factor with respect to the campus design was a sociological factor, and that was that it was important for the students not to feel threatened by the college. And because of that, we decided that the architecture of the college should not be monumental and important looking like UTSA or Ivy League-ish looking like Trinity University, but that it should be small scale and very human. And from these small scale structures and the way they're placed on the site, we get a lot of exterior courts and pleasant places that you can be outside, which is also characteristic of the south side of San Antonio.
Billy Mitchell, how can I forget Billy Mitchell? That's where we had our classes. Most of the classes were in Billy Mitchell area.
We were in this little strip center mall on the edge of Kelly. We had a dollar store at one end. We had a little lounge at another end, some empty office space. And in the middle was a couple doors with the Palo Alto logo, and that was the college. And everything emanated from there.
We were in that hangar, or whatever it was, and we not only had mosquitoes breeding in buckets where the water had leaked in, but as we were teaching, the panels, the large glass enclosures for this hangar started to fall and crash. And it was bedlam, it was chaos.
One time they decided that they wanted to change the windows way up high. So what they did was they had to break them. So you're in the middle of class and all of a sudden you hear cling, 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 because the glass would all fall down from way, way up high all the way down. There'd be shower of glass. And so when you got out of class, you have to be very careful where you walk, and they'd sweep it all up. And that went on for about a couple of days. And with the glass breaking, it was...
There are a lot of things that I look back on that make me laugh. And just images such as Karen Marcotte and her blue Volkswagen Beetle with one of those magnetic Palo Alto signs on the side. I mean, that's what we were.
I had these little signs on my Volkswagen Beetle that said Palo Alto College. So I would drive around town, I'd go to the mall, anywhere. If people saw my signs, they'd come up and ask me questions. And so we had the Palo Alto mobile, an old Volkswagen Beetle with those magnetic signs on the side.
I think those days were filled with a lot of hope, a lot of exuberance, and a lot of potential about we were going to create something out of nothing.
First thing we were afraid of is that we had all this faculty, all the staff, and nobody was going to sign up. So people were driving around in Volkswagens with Palo Alto electric signs on the side, going to shopping centers, recruiting, and we spent most of our time recruiting.
The first student did come in, and of course it was Liz Aguilar, was our very first student. And when she did come in, we didn't know why she was there, and she had to tell us, I'm here to register for college. And we all just looked at each other and just said out loud, what do we do? What do we do? Where's our registration forms?
At first I was kind of wondering if we would be able to pull it off because SAC and St. Philip's, everybody else was going there, and then I decided, well, it's new, it'll probably be smaller, I'll have more interaction with the instructors, so that's why I decided to just go ahead and stay here at Palo Alto. And it's been like that ever since. Even though we've grown, you can still see the instructors and the students all participating in different activities, not just in the classroom, but outside with the functions that the college has.
But the real reason I have stayed is that every morning when I come to work, I walk into my office and I see that very first student that Dr. Hill recruited and that I hired as one of my first student assistants and one of my first employees, and she has been with me for 8.5 years, and this next spring she will get her bachelor's degree, and I'm very, very proud of her. So I suppose that's why I've stayed. Let's get the bus.
Where we were at the groundbreaking, it was the president, the board members, students, and other administrators were there at groundbreaking. There were the shovels in the dirt, about to break ground to this new dream about to be unfold before us. It would only be a matter of months before we would have something tangible, something that we could walk into and feel and touch the ground and smell everything in there. It was great. The rumble of noise, the tractors moving, people moving back and forth, trucks, dirt, the pipe fitters, some huge, enormous mass of people, humanity, just making noise and creating something that's going to unfold before us, something that will be beneficial to the South Side and beneficial to all students. The legacy was being drawn, it was being created actually from scratch. And we were part of that history. Something beautiful, something magnificent.
Oh, I was so surprised that it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Done a beautiful job. He gave it the spirit of the missions, which I think is very unique, very, very unique.
Tell you truthfully, not only the trustees loved it, but the public loved it.
The first time that we really came on the brand new campus, we had a big formal affair here.
I know myself, for one, when we were invited to come in for the ribbon cutting, so to speak, it was almost like I'm going to Disneyland. It was like I couldn't believe, I had to touch the wall and say it is here.
Of course, the dream was becoming a reality, and everyone was part of the joy and celebration of being in a brand new building. It just took off after that. And I think that's where Dr. Vela brings us in. He's kind of like supposedly the mentor figure who will lead us into that growing factor, the adolescence, into adulthood. And hopefully that will be our future, for the planning for the next 10 years.
There are many community colleges across the nation, many community colleges across the state. But the essence of its beginnings, the essence of its origins, and what I can say without any reservation is that it is people-centered. The fabric of this institution is its people. This institution, through its tireless efforts of its employees, looks forward in serving students, to serving the community, and preparing individuals once they have attained the skills and or educational that they want from Palo Alto College, to prepare them to serve tomorrow. And lastly, I think, is that we must always consciously put forth and think about that the greatest resource we have is a human resource. The resource that we can ill afford to lose is the human potential. And if we make our investment in people, then the natural byproduct of that is a better tomorrow.
Students are the reason why Palo Alto College is here, and it is for students, of course, that we ourselves are prepared to undertake this challenge of the 21st century.
I like Alto College because I like the atmosphere here. It's real peaceful. You get the chance to roam around the area, and you do encounter other people, and yet they're real friendly too.
Palo Alto College has made it easier for the people in the South Side to attend classes and to further their education.
As the child reaches maturity, that child carries with him or her the dreams and aspirations of a community. Palo Alto College is the heart of the community, and for generations to come will always be the heart of the community.